Hey Aquarius, what's going on? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is the Fool. We also have Page of Pentacles and we have the World. Okay, so I'd say that this is the beginning of something new. This feels important. When we have Page of Pentacles, it's that there's something that we're going to be working on, something that we're going to be putting our energy in, something that we're going to be just figuring out. Page of Pentacles is, you can see this as an energy that's beginning something, beginning to learn something, to understand something, deciding to go on a venture. So this can be like you want to learn how to do a certain job, or this can be the beginning of a business, or it can be the beginning of a relationship. It's going to be something where you can feel like you're in more of a novice position with this. Because we have the Fool here, this is going to be the beginning of a very big chapter. And also you can feel like you're just starting out, like you're just beginning to figure things out and your place within this and sort of the role that you want to be playing. And you can feel in a way like you are just taking those beginning steps to doing this, but that now you are here, you have arrived, and it feels like you are right on time. Page of Pentacles 2 is going to be connected with the way that you're investing in things within your life, what it is that you're up to. And generally speaks of a new venture, especially with the Fool there, where you can be like, okay, I'm here, but I don't really know what I'm doing and I got a lot to figure out. You're going to move quickly through this. I'm seeing Page of Wands and I'm seeing Eight of Wands. Page of Wands is you when you're here and you're sort of dressed up. You sort of know what the theme is, okay? This shows that things are actually going to progress quite quickly, probably faster than you think they will. I think too that this shows a sense of commitment, like very much, I'm all here, I'm all in. So let's see where this goes. Okay, some of you too, you have another person on board with you. I'm seeing the Lovers here. You can feel more aware lately, maybe of who exactly you're connecting with, the energies that you're connecting with. I kind of get this feeling of, if this is really something that you're going to be doing, I feel like Queen of Swords is the part of you that's looking to Saturn, which will dole out sort of the lessons, the cycles, the things that you go through. It's sort of the curriculum. This part of you that's the Queen of Swords looking at Saturn and being like, what's going to be involved in this course if I'm here being involved in it? So I feel this sort of awareness of you looking at something and knowing that it's maybe unlike exactly what you've been doing before, what you've been into before. Maybe some of you too, when we have the Fool and we have the Lovers, this can be like new types of relationships that you're exploring. It can be one relationship that you're exploring in a different way than you ever have before. This can be in general wanting to explore relationships. That can be part of it as well. Whatever it is, it's going to throw something into the mix in an interpersonal way that's different than what you know and different than what you're familiar with. And I think as this feels like you sort of looking around and getting familiar with what's going on here, there can be that part of you that's wanting to gain some insight here and gain some information to know what exactly this is that you'd be taking on if you're going to be doing this. How this will affect you, what this entails. Making sure that you're asking the right questions too. For some of you as well, having that Page of Pentacles there and having the Queen of Swords there, this can indicate that there can be somebody around you. If somebody here is the Queen of Swords, this can be somebody that's sort of helpfully guiding another person, showing them sort of what to look for, how to use their discernment. If somebody's more identified with the energy of the Page of Pentacles here, this can be sitting in a place where you can have somebody around you that can sort of be pointing you in the right direction. It doesn't have to be another person, but it definitely can be. So this can be some of you, this is something that you're going to be starting maybe later in the month. I get this sense that you being on this track, it would be worthwhile to you. Will provide the things that would hold most value for you when you get to that point. There is something about this relationship though, I kind of get even though we have the Lovers here, I sort of see more of like almost like teacher-student is what this looks like to me. Paige is looking like somebody, Page of Pentacles here is looking to me like somebody that is starting a very big chapter, and Paige can also know if I'm going into this, there's a lot that this is going to require of me. But I see it having to do with you and this person that's involved in this. It doesn't look like you just by yourself. This looks like you are in some type of partnership or connection with another person, and it feels like there's a lot of hard work that's going to have to be put into this. And yet, if that is the case, that 10 of Pentacles is what comes of this, and so it's worth taking that leap of faith, because you know that, I mean, having 10 of Pentacles here means that the outcome of this is something that holds deep, substantial meaning for you. So it very much would be worth it. And it can be something that brings the type of element that you want. It allows you to integrate something into your life that you want to integrate. It allows you to feel like you can function within the rest of your life too. This can be a very important structure within your life. It can be a very, something that feels like a founding pillar, something like that, if you were to take this on. And I also get the sense too that with Page of Wands and with Eight of Wands, that you say, okay, I'm choosing this is what I'm going to be doing here, I'm deciding. Having that Eight of Wands, I feel like things are going to move much faster than you think. That you take this on and you may think that there is, I just get the feeling that it moves faster for some reason than anticipated. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that's even being brought up here. I don't know what it matters, but it is something that I'm seeing here. Like, I don't know what the relevance is of this. Maybe this is going to change something else that you have going on, too. Interesting. We have Scorpio and we have Venus here. We also have Gemini, Uranus, Saturn. I'm seeing Neptune on the bottom of the deck. I feel like Scorpio Venus is one of the easiest Venuses to describe, because it's connected with a deep, deep transformation in stylistic ways. When I think of Scorpio with Venus, I think of things like cosmetology. I think of things that have to do with some very grueling raw processes, and in a way things becoming more beautiful through that, and there being an evolution. So you have the harshness of Scorpio, which is connected with Pluto and Mars, that can be very, very challenging to connect with, how things can really turn on their head and how we can be asked to surrender in the strangest and biggest ways, where there can be a lot of upheaval because of the letting go that we're doing. It's like having long hair and then getting a haircut, like something like this, where there's going to be a transformation that takes place. But having Scorpio there is about giving away the dead weight. So if you have all of these like dead ends that you need to cut off, even though there can be attachment, like that's my hair, I don't want to cut it off. At the same time, just an example of the way that this energy works. At the same time, Scorpio Venus is something that helps you through a very difficult period. It doesn't have to be difficult, but it can feel like you get stripped bare down to the bare necessities, and then the beauty that comes of that, of working with the rawness that then is left. What are you going to do with that? We have to like cut off all the dead pieces, and then with all of the healthy stuff that's left, because that's what we keep. It's about getting rid of all of that dead stuff, all of the things that need to migrate, all of the things that need to be isolated, all of the things that need to dissipate, all of the things that need to be cut off, burn off, whatever. That happens, and then you're left with just the healthy pieces. And then what is going to grow of that? How are we going to look? It is that rebirth, it is that regrowth from that point of like, you have something, it goes through the trimming process, the excavating process, and then with that raw energy and potential, and it's only like the best pieces of it that are left, then what are you going to do with it? And that's what I think of when I think of Scorpio and Venus. And so this can be a time too where there's an exploring of talents in a way that never has been, with the Fool, Death, and the Empress here. This is like, I never even knew that I could do that, or I feel constantly like there's an evolution, like I'm learning how to do this, I'm learning how to do that, I'm figuring this out, I'm realizing this is a talent or a skill that I have, I'm recognizing that I'm interested in that. It can feel like, I feel like a quick like revolving of things, where it almost feels like a lot happening in a pretty condensed period of time, actually. And I also feel too like this is a time as well where Scorpio can be a sign of harsh truths, because it really does cut out whatever nonsense is there. Like whatever is not helpful, you can have emotional attachments to it, right? Just like the thing with the hair. And that just being an example for many, many different things. So we have that attachment, even though you know that it's going to be like worse for wear if you just don't do anything about it. Like it's then going to like infect the rest of things. And so this is about just like leaving the healthy pieces, leaving what's there, no matter how much we have to cut off. That's what it's about. And so Scorpio can be kind of ruthless in that way. At the same time, it feels like it really cuts everything out. So you're just where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you're not like out there distracted by some nonsense that you're not meant to be involved in. That's really just, in a way, keeping you off track. So it can be a time where if you're willing to go with the flow here and you're willing to surrender, you will feel empowered by that. So it's about embodying this energy, embracing this energy that is connected with Scorpio, and by paying close attention and by using your discernment with what it is that you're getting involved in. And this is all so you can like build the empire that you're wanting to build. This is also, you can reach that 10 of Pentacles. This is the work that needs to be done in order for you to do this. And this can be in different areas of your life. Like some of you, this can have to do with your relationships. Some of you, maybe your finances. Some of you, your job. Maybe your home life. Maybe having to do with just yourself in general. Lots of different things that this can be. I am, though, seeing something like specifically about having Gemini here, and so I wonder for you if there's just stuff either connected with the archetype of Gemini or interpersonal relationships or like a partnership of some sort. If anything, this feels like it would be more of a one-on-one relationship. And it feels like things are ready to take off. When we have Venus, it can be that when it comes to what you love, what you think you love, what you're attracted to, what you think you're attracted to, this can be going through a period of what are things that maybe you've, like, a parent or a guardian has always told you, like, this thing is really important to me, and you've been doing to please them, but you don't really care about it. You know, like when their influence isn't there, it's not something that matters so much to you. This is like taking off all of the things that, all of the old stuff, whether it's like things that we've internalized that have been projected onto us, or things that used to resonate with us but don't anymore, whatever it is, that's all the dead stuff that's being cut off. That's all the unnecessary stuff that's being shed here. Which Saturn is also going to do that, like strip down to the bare bones of things and then go from there, to work from there. And I do feel like this is a time where you can, because Venus is connected with lots of different things, Venus can be connected to your skill set, your abilities that you have, your creativity. Venus is connected with relationships. Venus is connected with the things that you're attracted to, your taste, your style, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, and figuring out these things, your love languages as well, how you show up within your relationships, what you appreciate, what holds meaning to you, these sorts of things, your values just in general, Venus is going to be connected with. I feel like this is about being on a path where you may be discovering your values in a new way. You may be orienting a bit differently. This can be a time where you're really going to be exploring your Venus energy in a way that you never have before. Some of you are going to be doing this through a relationship. Relationships can be many different things. It doesn't just have to be with another person, although it can be. I think this is going to elevate your life in a desirable way, even though it can ask you to be paying up right now, and then it is going to take you where you want to go. And that's what's going to be happening. This is going to be something really transformative. And you know too, it's that feeling that once you go through that process where all of the decaying stuff is cut out and you're just left with those healthy, prosperous elements, even if you're left with like just barely, like almost nothing, like a grain of sand, even if it's just a grain of sand that you're left with, you know that it is pure potential that is like lying in your hand at that point. And that is going to be an extremely empowering feeling, because you're not sort of weighed down by that dead weight anymore. I think too that there's some conceptual stuff that's being worked through as well, because we are still seeing Neptune on the bottom of the deck, and so I'd say that this is definitely a big chunk of the puzzle, and I'd say that not everything is out yet. whenever we leave and Neptune is on the bottom of the deck, I'd say that there's still more that's on the way to being understood that isn't totally completely understood yet, just because like maybe it's not time for that to be happening, or it's not relevant for that to be happening, or whatever. It just says like there's still a bit more to the process that we haven't gotten to yet. This is a very big, relevant chunk to it, and also there is going to be more. So there will be more information that you will get about this, more understanding. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.